Delicious. 10 out of 10. Hey guys, it's Camille here. Cook for my boyfriend for me. My boyfriend is tired of being a big back and he asked me to cook him some healthy recipes. So the first thing I'm gonna cook for him is some healthy tacos. You might be like, what in the gringa? And yes, they're very much going to be very gringa tacos, but they're gonna be healthy, they're gonna be delicious. And I have to say, I do love my boyfriend the way he is. I don't care if he's a big back or not. I still think he's sexy, but I want to help him on his health journey. First things first, oh my god, I feel like crazy waving this around. This is not how you're supposed to cook. But yeah, first things first, you gotta cut up the vegetables. And you want to cut them up extra fine because they're going to go into the taco meat. So we're going to use about half of an onion. And I like to use sweet onions just because why not? Life is sweet. Or if you make it, and if not, you're just going to be bitter. So try and use a sweet onion because it's going to be delicioso. You guys are like, stop with the Spanish hoe. I get it. I would be too, honestly. I would be like, stop with the Spanish hoe. We get it. You're a gringa. But, you know, 'tis the season. When in Rome. Or when in Southern California. I always like to remind people that Southern California used to be Mexico not so long ago. I feel sometimes I am in Mexico when I am in Los Angeles, so gotta be with the vibes. The bell peppers need to be cut incredibly finely. I feel like people usually cut bell peppers super like thick, but that's not one of those recipes. You gotta cut it super fine because again, this is gonna go inside the taco meat and you don't want to have like weird huge chunks of bell pepper. You want it to be really nicely minced inside of there. Okay, everything is now finely chopped. You can see it. It looks beautiful. I've got onion, 2 types of bell pepper, and some garlic. And so now I'm going to season the meat. And you might be like, there's barely any meat in here, girl. What are you doing? But that's the healthy part. There's barely going to be any meat. But there will be meat, and you'll be able to taste it. But it'll also be mostly bell pepper. So I'm just going to season this to my liking. I'm going to add some black pepper. I love using black pepper with peppercorn, but if you're lazy, you can also just use normal black pepper as well, and I'm just going to shake some in because I'm getting lazy. It's okay to be a lazy cook. This recipe is honestly really simple. All you're going to need is some ground beef. I got some from Vaughn's. It's like the lean version. 2 bell peppers. Tomatoes, of course, avocado, lettuce, taco seasoning. Remember, this is the gringa version, so don't be alarmed by the taco seasoning. Garlic, onion, and of course, queso. Yummy, yum, yum, yum. And, oh yeah, last but not least, corn tortillas. I cannot wait to make these. You guys are going to literally be obsessed with them once you make them at home. I love to add umami seasoning to everything I cook, so I'm adding the Trader Joe's umami seasoning just because I think it adds a little extra oomph to everything I make. And I'm just going to add some onion powder, and I'm going to use some garlic seasoning as well, but you use whatever you like, literally. And I'm going to add some cayenne pepper because I like spice. Spice is important to me. Spice is life. And I'm just going to mix it in because you want your food to be well seasoned, because if something's going to be super healthy, you want to make up for the health. This is just the southern in me speaking, but if you want to cook something healthy, you got to make up for all the healthiness by making it super seasoned, because there's no calories in seasoning, and if there are, don't tell me about it. Because I'm going to live in my own reality. So this is what it should look like pressed out. It looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic and onion. I'm going to cook it in beforehand, but I also just want to add just a little, just so I can breathe into it a little bit, you know? And now it's time to head to the skillet, my favorite part. You want to get your skillet nice and hot, which I just did. And I'm going to use avocado oil because it can get to a pretty high temperature, which I love. Add in all of these vegetables. So I'm going to start with the garlic. And then I'm going to move on to the onion. I'm already dropping stuff. If you're a messy cook, it's fine. It's fine. Welcome to the club. We're all messy here. I'm just gonna move it around. Put a little bit lower temperature because I don't want it to burn, but yeah. These should be cooking. This is my first time cooking in my new apartment. I'm just gonna cook down these vegetables. So I'm gonna season the vegetables as they're in the pan. Gonna add a little bit more oil. I'm gonna go with some black pepper. The teensiest bit of Himalayan salt, like literally the teensiest bit. I am not a salt girl, but you know what I am? I'm a pepper bitch. I love using pepper. So expect way too much pepper in all of my recipes. I'm gonna add a little bit of the cayenne too. This is literally the same seasoning I added to the meat, but I just want the vegetables to be just as seasoned. Once these vegetables are cooked down well, it's time to add the meat. Just gonna add it in and move it around. And lower it to medium if you can. The moment you add the meat. Now that everything is brown and ready to go, I'm just going to add 3/4 a cup of water and get this to a boil. Then I'm going to add in the taco seasoning mix to really get things going and get that great flavor that I need. I'm just going to add just the easiest bit because I don't want these to be like overstuffed, but I do want them to be delicious. And I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit hotter, but I'm going to add a little bit to this side too. When frying things, I like to use tongs. You can use a spatula, whatever you want to use, but for me, I'm going to use tongs. And this is what I mean by tongs, not my actual tongue. I think it's hot enough, so I'm just going to place them in and press down so they stay in and once I put them in the pan. Again, I'm just going to place them in, then press down so they stay in the pan nicely. Wow, these look beautiful, y'all. I'm obsessed already. I can already tell they're going to be delicioso. That hot oil is definitely already kicking my ass. There's nothing like hot oil to bring you back to reality. It's going to bring the heat down a little bit. Just going to repeat the process. Add cheese. I like to be generous with my cheese because I'm a cheese girl. Then I'm just going to add some ground beef and peppers. Yum. It's my favorite part. Beautiful. Wow, they look so perfect and brown, like someone else I know. They're beautiful. I'm very excited to eat these. Like I'm literally, when I tell you I'm going to inhale them, I'm going to inhale them. Look how gorgina these look. Beautiful. So yummy. So now it's time for the next round of these suckers. Okay guys, it's the moment of truth. Don't they look so beautiful? I'm obsessed. I'm going to try one. Oh my god. Delicious. 10 out of 10. I can't wait to hear what he says about them. They're low-key really spicy too, because I maybe added too much cayenne, but there's no such thing also in my book. So delicious. 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend. Make this for your big back friends, your big back boyfriend, your big back husband. They will appreciate it because it's healthy and delicious.